This is Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in the Coachella Valley. Today we are joined by Schultz. He is the new CEO of the Desert Healthcare District and Foundation, which is what?
A very, very unique organization, but at its heart, the Desert Healthcare District and Foundation connects Coachella Valley residents to health and wellness programs and services through philanthropy, through a foundation. So over 20 years, we've provided, through this organization, $66 million in health and wellness programs and services. And so you're probably going to ask me,
Right.
what type of services are you talking about?
Let me ask before we get there. It's a governmental entity? It has an elected board? Explain how this all works out.
This is the uniqueness of it.
Yeah.
But way back in the 1940s, the only thing we'll go back and talk about.
It's all good.
Right. 6 cities in the West Coachella Valley and some unincorporated areas in Riverside County wanted to build a hospital. They needed to have a hospital in these areas. And so they agreed to come together for the purposes of creating a district that would then build a hospital and ensure the provision of services and programs for people that live in the district.
What hospital is it? Is it still with us?
This is Desert Regional Medical Center.
Got it.
And so the cities of Palm Springs, we've got Cathedral City, we've got Rancho Mirage, you've got Palm Desert to Cook Street, got Thousand Palms, Desert Hot Springs, and some unincorporated areas.
And so obviously the mission of the organization has shifted a bit.
Well, the mission is to ensure the health and wellness of residents of the Coachella Valley. We represent now, we have 5 board members, and the interesting thing about this organization is this was built by people for the people. So those cities and the residents came together and they fund a portion of what our budget is to be able to connect people to programs and services.
And let's talk about some of those programs. There are many, but I want to start with the Foodbank Program that you have. You know, for better or for worse, while we've come out of recession, there are still folks that are struggling. They may not be homeless, for example, but they may face food insecurity.
Right.
And so the district has worked with a couple food banks, I'm aware. The Fine Food Bank, Hidden Harvest. Talk us through that.
Well, I think, you know, that you raise a very, very good point, because what the district and the foundation and our 5 elected board members do is ensure that services and programs go to those that need it. Various types of programs. Hospital services are one, and we talked about Desert Regional. Eisenhower is in the district as well. But the very fact of the matter is there's a fresh fruit and produce initiative that Fine Food Bank and Hidden Harvest, along with a couple of hundred other community-based organizations, have worked to put millions of pounds of fresh fruit and vegetables into the Coachella Valley to help those that are in need of those services, nutrition programs. And so the district and the foundation have been significant contributors to those programs and services.
And it's a cliche, but I'll just use it. Are there food deserts in the desert?
Oh, absolutely.
Which
means? Which basically means there are areas where you cannot access supermarkets or other types of stores that have fresh fruits and vegetables. And these 2 organizations, as well as all of the partnering community-based organizations, many organizations have food pantries, food banks, and so the initiative that was started through Find and through Harvest, the board and the foundation decided to become a significant contributor to that effort to help battle food insecurity, but also to achieve better outcomes in terms of healthy eating.
And let's talk about some kids that may face food insecurity or may face families that don't have access to certain types of healthy foods, and as a result you're working through the schools to try to spread that message.
Absolutely. And so there are a significant number of programs that the district and its foundation have funded. One of them is called Ready, Set, Swim, and it is a very significant effort, and it's in the Palm Springs Unified School District, so Desert Hot Springs, Cathedral City, and Palm Springs. And this year we expect 750 third graders to participate in what's called Ready, Set, Swim. And a part of that, it's not only the physical activity, but it is educating the kids on nutrition. And given the epidemic of obesity in the population in general and the increasing concern about kids being that. So we work with a whole range of schools and school districts on a number of programs, that being one of them.
I also am impressed by the fact that your organization focuses on mental health and the mental health of teens. And you've launched this unique program. It sounds groundbreaking to me, where you've created an app that allows teens to text if they're feeling like they're at risk in some way.
Well, we haven't been the ones that have developed the app.
Right.
That is the organization that applied for the funding.
Got it.
Okay.
So who's this organization?
Yeah, so kudos to Safe House of the Desert, who developed this concept, who wants to put it into implementation to help a tremendous amount of kids. I think there's a catchment area of several thousand kids that would be able to, if you will, text in and then potentially be connected beyond the immediate crisis.
I want to ask about your work with HIV/AIDS. Because look, HIV/AIDS, there was so much fear surrounding it in the 90s, but what we know now is that intervention is key, testing is key. I mean, you could live a full life, and that's where you get involved.
Well, I think that the district and the foundation have been very involved over the many years, and especially recently with Get Tested Coachella Valley, and actually a clinic that is there for both HIV and STD stuff. I've been a person living with HIV that I've known for 25 years.
You?
Me personally. And we have an extraordinary set of organizations here that do incredible work, not only on the treatment side, but on the prevention side. And I think the board and the foundation have been extraordinarily supportive, actively involved in trying to fight the HIV/AIDS pandemic here in Coachella Valley.
And it seems to be working. We'll talk more about that when you come back. Good?
Okay.
He is Harold Schultz. He is the new CEO of the Desert Healthcare District here in the Coachella Valley where we are today. My name is Brad Pomerance on Local Edition.